say you just joined the game Dandy's World on Roblox, and let's say you chose your starter character, either Poppy or Boxton, but whenever you join a public run and you take a few things, maybe you take a few machines, maybe you try to save your friends from the scary monsters. They're like, and people are like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do, and they get mad at you. Well, I can help you. Welcome to the Dandy's World Guide, the unofficial Dandy's World Guide, and today I will be teaching you about common knowledge are things that common knowledge are things that every single starter player should know by default, whether it was made up by the fandom or if it was made up by Quell. For starters, that's not a pun not intended. For starters, every single starter should join this, because especially if you got Poppy, I'm not saying if you're Box Knight you can't get this, because it just ties along so well to her active ability. I don't think many people really notice this at first because there's no arrows pointing to it or anything, but there you see that little question mark in the left bottom corner of my screen above the cogwheel. Let's click on that. Welcome to the Dandy's World Information Guide. This guide is here to inform you about certain gameplay elements or features that you may not know about. Below are sub buttons that will direct you to different pages of the guide. Have a look by pressing. Many pro Dandy's World players don't even know that this exists. Meanwhile, I was a good little fella, and I looked literally everywhere on my screen whenever I first joined, which was like, I don't know, back in like August of 2025 or something, maybe even September. I don't know. I've been playing for a long time. But anyways, this provides you with all the information, Quell, things you need to know. This might have gotten updated and might haven't, but let's take a look through. First, this is the second page, because I just read the first one. Dandy's World is a mascot horror survival game where you descend floors and complete machines to progress while avoiding twisteds. Each floor will be randomly generated with different layouts, items, and twisteds. You can team up with up to 8 players to complete floors together as a group. Oh gosh, it's so hard to scroll, help me. To play a match, hop into one of the elevators at the end of the lobby. Be sure to join other players or play with friends for a better experience. From my personal experience, I would say that yes, public runs are good, but I think personally that solos are better if you're a starter, because not all public runs are like starters. But don't worry, people have gotten better throughout the years, so you'll see many that are supporting the starters. Currency. As you play Dandy's World, performing different tasks such as completing machines, using tune abilities, and completing matches will earn you iCore. You can use iCore to purchase more tunes and trinkets. You can also purchase iCore directly with Robux. And here's a few things that this does not tell you because I believe it's outdated. There is more than one type of currency in the game. In fact, there are 3 more, but these are seasonal. The first seasonal type, which is the first event you'll see throughout the year, is Easter baskets. Easter baskets are used to purchase stickers, tunes, and skins from Basti. She'll show up in a few days because this was recorded at about March 18th. She'll show up in actually 2 days, and you'll have an extra thing above your iCore. The next one is pumpkins. You can earn pumpkins while in the Halloween event. Same thing as the baskets. Pumpkins can help you buy. Pumpkins can have you buy skins, tunes, and stickers from Gordy whenever he shows up in about October or September. There are also ornaments. Ornaments are for the final and Christmas update, though I think you guys probably pieced that together. I don't know if there will be any more updates / events throughout this time because this was recorded around the second ever Easter update, so please do not get mad at me. Anyways, hold on, I forgot. Anyways, ornaments do the same thing as all the other does, except for Christmas tunes. You buy Christmas tunes with these, and yeah, let's move on. Tunes. Right here in the picture, you'll see Poppy and Boxin, the two choices that you get at the beginning of the game. I recommend Poppy because of her speed, but if you think you'll get into some sticky situations where you need to extract fast but don't have much good players on your team, don't worry, then Boxin is the one for you. If you're the more cautious kind, you'll go with Boxin. If you're more of an escapist, you'll go with Poppy. There are many tunes for you to collect and unlock. Each tune comes with their own set of abilities and stats to spice up your gameplay. Each tune has a unique set of requirements that must be met in order to unlock them. Some examples of requirements include encountering researching Twisteds, performing in-game tasks, or surviving a certain number of floors. Some tunes work well with other tunes, so be sure to experiment and have fun finding the best strategy with friends. Since it doesn't state what tunes work well together, I will tell you which ones don't work well together. And those will be the tunes Sprout. Sprout does not work well with about 3 other tunes because of what they need. Sprout works best with Blot because all 3 of their abilities include tapes. But don't worry, Blot's. It's actually very easy to get tapes for Blot because you only need 10 tapes. He's not as problematic as the other ones in runs. We're talking about runs, if anyone is thinking anything else. He's not as problematic in runs as the other 2. Also, I'm using skins, so these might not all be accurate. This is Ginger, one of the Christmas tunes, and her ability uses 100 tapes, and increased by 50 with every Ginger there is. It's almost the same as Sprout's, but not exactly. So, Sprout and Ginger do not work well together because of their abilities. They both need tapes, so yeah, they don't work well together. So if you're making a run, I guarantee you stay away from Ginger and Sprout being together. You can have one of them, but I don't see runs working well unless if they both have Fancy Purse equipped, which, to be honest, Fancy Purse isn't that good. But trinkets are for another video, not this one. This is just common knowledge. And the last one is Tegan. Tegan isn't as bad as the other ones, but it takes 75 tapes for Tegan to heal herself. And Tegan is the only one out of all the tape users to not be a supporting tune. Tegan is more of a survivalist. But we'll talk about classes in a different video. The next video after this one will be trinkets, but we're not at the end of the video, so we don't need to worry. I only showed you tunes to avoid because I think that's better than telling you what tunes should work well together. It just matters on the player's experience that you're with, what their preferences are, etc. Twisted. If you can look in the picture, that Poppy that you see, they look kind of funky. They have this black ooze on them, and they have red eyes. Those are kinds you just stay away from. Some Twisteds are different than others. For example, some may have different abilities than others. Twisted Sprout, which is a main, is rarer than Twisted Poppy, which is a common. And Twisted Poppy just chases people around and bites them whenever she gets close enough. But Twisted Sprout is a bit slower than Poppy, also chases people around, but he can summon tentacles. There are many different dynamics, and you will learn some of those throughout the. Twisteds are corrupted and dangerous tunes that lurk in the floors below Garden View. Each Twisted has different abilities. They can try and kill you. they can use to try and kill you. If you are spotted by a twisted, get out of line of sight. If you remain out of sight long enough, they will lose interest. You can pick up research capsules found on the floors to collect research, to learn more about them and fill up their research meter, which is important for locking tunes and other goodies. The further you progress, the more relevant twisted will become, not to mention more dangerous. Travel safely in the floors below. Also, some twisteds are kind. You just have to do a certain thing to activate them. For example, such as Twisted Gordy, he is a Halloween tune. He shows up on the floor, and you'll know because there's text at the bottom of your screen that's like, "Hello, is anybody there?" It's almost the same as Glisten, but Glisten is very different, and you'll learn about him later. Gordy, you need to give him items whenever his bar comes to full. Whenever that bar is full, or whenever panic mode activates, which is whenever every single machine on the floor is complete. Whenever panic mode activates, or you don't give him attention long enough, he will go into his twisted mode. His twisted mode is kind of fast, and he will chase you around. So there is also Twisted Roger. Twisted Roger looks like a capsule on the ground, but capsules normally have tapes or lines wrapped around them. If you see a capsule with no tapes or lines wrapped around them, then don't pick that up. That's Twisted Roger. Tune stats. Every tune has 6 stats: health, skill check, movement speed, stamina, stealth, and extraction speed. Hover over one of these stats to reveal a brief description of what stat does. What each stat does. You can see on the health that there's 4. That is not standard. That will only happen if you have an active ability. Sylvester is currently the only known tune to have four hearts and is playable in the game. Main tunes are the ones that are most likely to have 5 stars. 5 stars is the max that you can get for your skill check, movement speed, stamina, stealth, and extraction speed. Mains also have two health. Now let's look. Health determines how many hits you can take before dying. You can use healing items or abilities to recover health. Skill check determines how large a skill check window is and how much completion a successful skill check will impart on a machine. The next slide will go into further detail on skill checking, which we'll see the next slide after I'm done reading all these. Movement speed determines how fast your tune can walk and sprint. Stamina determines how much energy your tune can use up while sprinting. Stamina fills up slowly over time when not in use. Unless if you have a certain trinket on, if you use a certain tune because of their active ability, or if they have, let's say, 5-star stamina, their stamina will fill up faster. Stealth determines how far away Twisted can see you, and also determines what targets Twisted prioritize. Stealth is a very good thing for starters to know. Because starters, they have 3-star stealth, and during your run, you'll see tunes that say, "I'll distract," or they'll say, "I'll be the distractor." Basically, they will, since their movement speed is fast enough, they'll take the Twisteds and go to a certain place, normally the broken elevator, that they can loop. If they are a Pebble, which has 3-star stealth, you should stay away from them. If they're a Bassy or Coco, which have 4+ stealth, you should very much stay away from them. Since they have higher stealth, then the Twisteds will go on to you if you have lower stealth than them, more than they will go on to them. It's kind of like cookies. Let's say you love chocolate chip cookies, but you don't like M&M cookies. M&M, you'll get more drawn to the chocolate chip cookie than the M&M cookie. That's the best I can describe it. Extraction speed determines how fast your tune can complete machines. You'll learn about you'll know what a machine is once you see it. Actually, here's the thing about machines. Machines. On every floor, there will be machines you must fill up to progress to the next floor. Only one tune can work on a machine at a time. To begin extracting a machine's I-core, press the interact key while near it. You can press the interact key again to get off the machine. Tunes with higher extraction speed or trinkets that increase it will complete machines faster. Completing a machine will reward you with I-core, depending on how much you contributed to filling it. So, this is also another thing from the fandom. Stealing machines is, some people like it, some people don't. The safest bet whenever you're in a public run is to not steal machines. Because people that, whenever you steal a machine from someone that doesn't like it, they get very mad. Especially, let's say, if they're about to complete their mastery, and that's the last machine that they needed. They just got chased by Twisted because they failed their skill check. But then you complete it. They do not get that as part of their mastery. So, and then maybe they die next floor without having the chance to complete a machine. That would make them very angry. So, your best bet on a public run is to not steal machines, and if there's someone near it, and if there's someone on a machine, and you're like, hey, I want to extract, do the free sticker that you will get because of the stupid chat update. Anyways, we're not to talk about Roblox politics. We're here to talk about guides. Anyways. Hold on, if someone's on machine, you can ask them, hey, can I do that machine with your stickers? And if they do the sticker yes, that means they'll get off the machine. Do yes. If they do yes and they don't get off the machine after a few seconds, that probably means they misclicked the sticker, because most Dandy's World players that I know, they always have their yes and no stickers together, like me, because I guess we just like keeping our stickers organized. I mean, everyone does, right? If someone comes up to you and they have your chat, and you can speak to them in chat, they'll say, hey, can I VM, aka, hey, can I VMote? VMote is a trinket that lets them complete a machine instantly, as long as there's not half done. For example, let's say there's only one of 2 machines done, and there's 4 machines currently. They would walk up to you and say, hey, can I do VMote? And they would, and if you'd accept, you'd see it happen like magic. I've heard of starters that thought that this was hacking. So, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about skill check. When on a machine, there's a chance you'll be met with a skill check, which is very likely. A quick time event will appear on your screen with a red indicator in a window. The bar will begin to move to the right, and you must time pressing the skill check button on your screen or by pressing the space bar. If you succeed, you will continue extracting from the machine. If you fail, the machine will temporarily stop and alert any Twisteds near you to your location. If you hit the golden bar in the center, you will impart extra completion on the machine. The amount of completion scales with your skill check stat. Whew, I am running out of breath. Finally, we go to the trinkets. This is a brief description of the trinkets. I will have an entire video on trinkets later. I don't know when. Trinkets are special items that you can equip on your tune to change/boost your stats. Trinkets can adjust your playstyle to fit the tune you're playing or to fit with how you play the game. You can equip up to 2 trinkets, but can only have 1 of each trinket at a time. Trinkets can be purchased from Dandy's store in the lobby from researching Twisteds. A future slide will cover Twisted research, which I don't think she's going to be updating. By she, I mean Quell. I don't think Quell's going to be updating these anytime soon. Oh, and whenever I was talking about currency, I did not talk about tapes. You'll learn about them right now. Tapes are the in-round currency that are earned and used only in said round. Tapes are earned from performing tasks such as completing machines, surviving floors, using tune abilities, and using items. Tapes can be used to purchase items from Dandy's shop in the elevator after the floor is completed if the floor number is even. More info about Dandy's shop can be learned on the next page. Everyone will say that Dandy's shop sucks. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. What I can tell you what items to and to not buy, but I will talk about that to you after I talk about the card boat. Everyone loves the card boat. After completing the floor you were on, if the new floor number is an odd number, you will be shown 3 random cards that you and your team can vote on. The effects of the cards that wins, the vote will be applied for the rest of the round. Some cards will upgrade your tunes, while some cards will update certain aspects of the round. I'll talk about the cards that are currently on the screen right now. You can see Blind Grab, which is the big question mark to the left of Poppy's head. Every tune will receive 1 random item if they have an inventory slot open. Let's say everyone in your round has gotten, like, Dandy has been nice, and so is the game. Everyone has a full inventory of heals and box of chocolates and valves and good items. Do not pick that one. It would not be good unless the other 2 options are very bad. Electrician decreases the chance of a blackout occurring on future floors. Do not pick this if you are from floors 1 to 3 because it's not physically possible to get them on 1 to 2. It's a very, very, very minuscule chance that you'll get it on floor 3. Frugal applies a 10% discount to all Dandy Shop items. Let's speak about Dandy Shop. There's a shop in the lobby where you can buy tunes, and there's a shop in game where you can buy items. After completing the floor you were on, if the new floor number is an even number, Dandy will appear in the elevator and offer you 3 random items. You can purchase these items using tapes if you have enough to afford them. You can purchase all 3 items, but each item can only be purchased once. Dandy's shop will contain random items each time he appears. Right now in the picture, there's a medkit. A medkit can heal 2 hearts from you or full health. AKA if you're even if you're Sylvester, which has 4 hearts, but and every other tune normally has 3 other hearts. This is also for the mains as well because they only have 2 hearts. A medkit will restore you to max health. You should be on the lookout for those during your run. The item in the middle that you can barely see is instructions. Instructions can boost your extraction speed while you're on a machine. Though you can also use this item while you're not on a machine, which deems it useless. A band-aid, or as the game calls it, a dan-aid. A dan-aid or band-aid can heal only 1 heart from you. So it's like a medkit to mains because they only have 2 health. And for normal tunes, if you're on 1 heart, it's just a little heal. You're now at 2 hearts. If you're at 2 hearts and you use a band-aid, it's like a medkit. But I don't think you should use medkits whenever you're at 2 hearts. That just makes them useless. I normally use band-aids whenever I'm at 1 heart, but if I'm in a really sticky situation, I need full health, then I'll use a band-aid. Research. Research is collected by encountering Twisteds and picking up research capsules on the floor. Researching Twisteds is important for unlocking tunes and earning new trinkets. You can view your You can view your research progress by looking in the Twisteds menu. When you obtain 100% research on Twisted, you'll earn their trinket. These trinkets are generally more powerful than the ones found in Dandy's shop and come with their own aspects that make them unique additions to your loadout. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of... Each tune has its own set of 6 mastery quests in their mastery tab. These serve as extra challenges for you to complete, and some tunes require mastering another to unlock them. Every tune has a different set of masteries catered specifically to the tune's playstyle. Reaching 100% mastery on them will unlock a special skin for you to wear. You can view your mastery progress by clicking on the tune you want in the tunes menu. You saw that Tegan skin that I was wearing earlier whenever I was talking about tunes that go well together and tunes that don't go well together. That skin was a vintage skin. Vintage skins are black and white, aka gray, and they have Pac-Man eyes. I've taught you all that Quell has told you in that menu and a little about what the fandom wants you to know, but now I'll teach you a lot about what the fandom wants you to know. First, we're going to view both shops for a little tour. Buy game passes. This is in both shops. Yes, I mean both shops. If you saw the little clock guy on the other side, that's what it is. You can buy power-ups here. Example, the sticker wheels. This game pass. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. This game pass grants you 2 additional sticker wheels, allowing you to equip and use more stickers during a match. This is very useful, especially if you're a good old yapper and you need some stickers. And then the Showtime and the Start Time cosmetic pack are skins for certain tunes. As you can see in this one, it's only for Blot, Louie, Razzle and Dazzle, V, and Yada. The skins feature unique particles, trails, and ability effects. All features are cosmetic and do not affect gameplay. They do not affect gameplay. You might see runs that are like ABC for only vintage run, ABC for Showtime, Snow Time, Star Time, whatever. Those are just cosmetic runs. I think vintage runs are for people that want to find good players. By trinkets, I've bought all the trinkets. But whenever Quell decides to add more trinkets, which I hope is soon because there hasn't been new ones in a while, besides the research map, whenever they're here, they're primarily from about 500 iCore to 2,500 iCore. These are less powerful than the ones that you can get from earning research. These are tune licenses. These are tunes that are not seasonal. You can buy them all day, every day. We just had a new tune called Squirm, and if you're a starter and look in the shop, you'll see bunches of tunes. Some may be harder to get than others. There's also gossip. Gossip is just things that Dandy says. Is just what Dandy says. It's just little things about the tunes. It might reveal lore, it might reveal some last names of tunes. It's very fun. And you can get achievements for those. If you look right here, I haven't got this yet, but it's gossip time. Listen to 25 unique gossips from Dial, which is the clock guy. And listen to 25 unique gossips from Dandy. That's the flower guy. Here is Dial. This is where you can buy skins. I already have all of them, but good thing they still show them. These are basically just cosmetics like the game passes, except they don't have special trails and stuff. Here's the dog plush onesie that Toodles has. It's very cute. And here's Purple Elegance from Tegan, Lavender Maid, Fall Stroll. It's very fun. Then here are stickers. I already talked. It doesn't show in the guide about stickers, but basically stickers are images or just words that pop up in the corner while you're playing in a run, and are basically used to communicate with each other. There are some that are just for fun, like the Shrimpo holding golden brick, which is 10,000 iCore. You can guess how broke I am from buying that. Anyways, jokes aside, it's actually really good. It can be used to see if a tune is in danger, because no matter how many walls you're between, you can still see the sticker. Meanwhile, other stickers, you cannot see them from throughout the entire map. They're also used, if you don't have the bandage here, medkit here sticker, it's also used to show where medkits or bandages are. UGC is things that can be worn out of the Dandy's World game. So, like cosplays. You can make cosplays with these. That you can buy that. Here's Twisted Yada's head. You can buy that only for 90 Robux. You can buy Sprout Scarf for 50. Anyways, they're just avatar items. You can also buy game passes over here, and he also has different gossips than Dandy. I think that's pretty much enough today. If you want to learn more about common knowledge, please go to the Daily World Fandom Wiki that I will link in the bio. Oh, and one more thing. Some people may disagree with my opinions. Of my opinions. Feel free to give feedback in the comments if you want to, if you have any. I will appreciate it, and I might make a feedback, which is basically like a side episode. Also, here is the Twisted board. This is the Twisted that's more likely to appear today. As we can see, this is Twisted Pebble. Twisted Pebble is a main character, but it's good for people that are trying to collect his research that he's here today. And there will never be a comment on the more likely to appear today board. This Twisted will show up more in your runs today. And it resets at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. If you don't know what that is, please Google what that is. Or, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this and want me to make more videos like this, please drop a like down below. I'd very much appreciate it. Also, as you can see that some things are blurry for me since I'm on low graphics, this is not what Poppy actually looks like. I'll turn my graphics up in a second. This is what Poppy actually looks like. She doesn't look like that pastel bundle I had. That's what that poster actually looks like. But as you can see, I am very laggy. Like this. Also, I'm showing you roleplay just because I don't want you to go to it when you first join. Don't make that mistake. Anyways, since I'm probably gonna crash if I if my graphics settings are like this for one more bit, I'm gonna turn them back. That is much more better. I'm not laggy no more. I recommend putting your graphics settings on 3, 2, or 1. 1 if you're laggy like me. If you're not laggy, I recommend putting them on like 5. If you're not laggy at all, also, can I please have your Wi-Fi? Thank you very much. If you're not laggy at all, then you should put on max graphics. That'll help with your gameplay a lot, and you'll be able to notice little details. My brother always has it on full graphic settings, and I love looking at the little details. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.